Hi learners, very good morning. Welcome to Unify Study. This is Thilasi going to do must topic revisions from logical reasoning for the upcoming exams. We have UGC net for 10 days only more. We are doing the topic revision. So very good morning everyone. Very good morning everyone. Sorry I did late as I have some. Yes. Thank you Jagan sir. Thank you. Yes, I have joined. As today is Sunday, right? Little work is there. So yeah. So very good morning, right? Learners, those who are new to our platform, do subscribe our channel and watch till the end. Last minute revision will be very useful to you. Sit silently, calm, take a note of paper and pen and just write whatever notes, important key points you are getting, write it down. Right? So come on, let's start doing the class. And this is the research like what we have done on logical reasoning. The topics asked in the examination for the recent times. Must questions. 100% we are getting questions from informal fallacy, like begging the questions, slippery slope, ad hominem, appeal to ignorance, red herring fallacy. These are the must questions that we are getting. And when you take and also from the formal fallacy, we have illicit major minor, denying the antecedent. This times like we are getting from denying the antecedent, affirming the consequent. From that part we are getting confirm question. And the confirm question from logical Indian logic, Hitva Bash, Anumana. Confirm question without any doubt we are getting. 5 questions we are getting. So this 5 out of 5, all these topics are most important. One questions are coming from all these things. And recently we are getting questions from this intension extension concepts, that is connotation, denotation, increasing, decreasing order they are given and asking the question with respect to connotation and denotation. Confirm questions are coming. And very sure question from this fallacy, same time we have the square of opposition concepts. Square of opposition, note it down. If you are new, please, these are the must topics that you have to revise. And then we have questions from this contrary, subcontrary, contradictory, subaltern relationship, how it was being created between the proposition. And we have to be clear with this sub square of opposition we are getting both cannot be true, right, false, like that questions we are getting. And we are getting questions from arguments like deductive argument, inductive argument, valid, invalid, strong, weak, all these types of questions we are getting from this arguments and forms. And very important questions from logically equivalent, whether these statements are logically equivalent or not. So the logical equivalent can be done either through this converse, obverse, contrapositive, or also we can do using the Venn diagram. Venn diagram. So you can use either of the methods to find out whether that statement, the proposition is logically equivalent or not. Write it down in your notebook when you do your revision. We have to complete that all these topics. Logically reasoning, all these topics. Based on that, we will do the previous questions practice and conceptual revision. Am I done? So these are the topics, and today we are going to focus on the topics like square of opposition, and we are going to cover the basic terminologies that we use in logical reasoning. Basic terminologies that we use in logical reasoning. Okay, and tomorrow's class will be doing the logic, fallacies, and all those things. So come on, let's start doing. I'll start with a categorical syllogism. So what do you mean by a categorical syllogism? Is it is a logical argument which has a 3 categorical proposition. You may ask me, ma'am, what is then argument? What is then proposition? What is these terms that we have used there? Because only when you understand that these key concepts, right, then only we can able to go with the other topics, right? Yes. See, these are the key terms that we use in logical reasoning. Categorical proposition, statement, argument, premise, and conclusion. So what is this a categorical proposition first? A statement which asserts or denies something about a subject is called as a categorical proposition. Say example, I am saying all cats are animals. Some cats are animals. No cat is an animal. Some cats are not mammals. Like that I am stating, right? And that we call it as a categorical proposition. It is a statement which asserts or denies something about a subject. It's called categorical proposition. Then what do you mean by a statement? Then statement talks about a fact. Okay, the earth is round, sun rises in the east. All these statements, we can see either the statement can be true or false. So the truth or false will be applied for the statements. Either it can be true or it can be false. No probability. Just it says about true or false. It's called statement. Then what do you mean by an argument then? Argument means it is not of one statement. It is not one premise. It is a combination of premises. Right? It is a set of premises intended to support a conclusion. So whenever I make an argument, in court and all, no, they will make an argument. The lawyers will make an argument, and listening to all the statements, all the arguments, the judge will come to a conclusion. So argument is a one which is intended to support a conclusion. We need to have a premise. So that we call it as a argument. So argument is not of one sentence. Definitely some supportive things will be there to make a conclusion. Right? That we call it as an argument. Then what is a premise? Then premise, as we have told now, right? So it is a statement in an argument. So in an argument there will be a statement which I have been proposed, right? So that I can make a conclusion, and that we call it as a premises. Next we move to conclusion. So what do you mean conclusion is? It is supported by the premises. So when we take a categorical syllogism, what it has? So a categorical syllogism is said to be a logical argument which has three categorical propositions. So you can ask me, ma'am, what are all the three categorical propositions? How it can be? So you can ask me what are the three types of categorical proposition? As we'll be seeing in the next upcoming slides, what are the types of also. So the categorical syllogism is an argument. So as I have told, argument is not of one statement, it is a combination of statements, right? So it is a combination of statements composed of three categorical propositions, right? In that one we have two premises and one conclusion. These type of question asked in the statement based questions, okay? Two premises and there will be one conclusion. And these two premises we call it as a major premise, and then we call it as a minor premise. And then we have one conclusion. So this categorical syllogism will have three important terms, and the terms we call major term, minor term and middle term. Major term, minor term and middle term. So here I have given you an example, right? See, take this example. Major premise, all humans are mortal. Minor premise, Socrates is a human. Conclusion, therefore Socrates is a mortal. So I make a premise and I make a conclusion over here. So in this statement, we have to identify what is the major term, what is the middle term and what is the minor term. Ma'am, how to find out the major term and the middle term, ma'am? See, the major term, minor term and the middle term will be identified by these following. Is my screen visible, learners? I mean, the letters is visible? Yeah, I think now what is this? Yes, right? Is it visible? Great, okay. So, ma'am, what is this major term? What is this minor term? How to identify from a categorical syllogism? See, from a categorical syllogism, we'll be having three proposition as we have here. So, from this three proposition, we have to identify the following. Go to the conclusion first. Go to the conclusion first. From the conclusion, take the predicate. So, that predicate we call it as the major term. So, from the conclusion, we will take the predicate, and that predicate we call it as the major term. And similarly, here take the subject, and that subject we call it as the minor term of the proposition. Am I clear? We call it as the minor term of the conclusion. So in the above example, we have, what is the first statement? All humans are mortal. Socrates is a human, therefore Socrates is a mortal. So I go here, I go to the conclusion. The predicate of the conclusion, we call it as the major term. Call it as a major term. So here, mortal, Socrates is a mortal. In this particular statement, we call it as the predicate. That's a major term. Minor term, Socrates is a mortal. Here, the subject is called as the minor term, subject of the conclusion. And what is the middle term, ma'am? Middle term is that where we have in the example, right? In the example, we had all humans are mortal, Socrates is a human. See here, these term human is repeated there in the premise, not in the conclusion. So, a term which appears two times in the premises but not in the conclusion, and that term we call it as the middle term. And that term we call it as the middle term. So major term, minor term and middle term. Am I clear? Yeah, this is how we have to. So a categorical syllogism will be there, which has three proposition, and that proposition has two premises and one conclusion, and that two premises where we have to identify the major term, minor term and the middle term. So middle term is that which appears two times in the premises, and the major term which appears the predicate of the conclusion, and the minor term is the subject of the conclusion, we call it as the minor term. Clear? Right. So these are the components of a categorical syllogism. Here I have told you how to identify. See the major premise which relates the major term. Ma'am, you can ask me then. Ma'am, then what is major premise, minor premise, conclusion? So major premise means the premise which has the major term. Right? The premise which has the major term, and that we call it as a major premise. See there here in the above example. What is the predicate? The predicate is the modal. Right? Predicate is the modal. So this modal is here. Am I clear? Yes, right? Yes. Similarly, Socrates, and it is here, and that is called minor premise. Simple. Easy to understand. So, that relates the major term to the middle term, and again the minor premise relates the minor term to the middle term, and the conclusion which connects both the major term and the minor term, and that we call it as a conclusion. So, major terms connects what? Major term connects the major premise and the middle term, and the minor premise which connects the minor term and the middle term, and what is the conclusion which connects both the minor and the major, and that we call it as the conclusion. Yes. Next we move to the rules of validity of categorical syllogism. So this we will be seeing in the formal fallacy errors in detail. We have seen already. You can also check the YouTube video of Unify study. There we will be having a video on formal fallacy. Video on formal fallacy, very detailed. I have given all the terms of questions that we had and how to identify, very clearly given in that one. So learners, those who are new to this platform, you can check it out there. Okay, right. So I'll tell you one by one. So what is this a middle term? Middle term means it should be whenever we want to say that a categorical syllogism is said to be valid, it is right. So how can we say the categorical syllogism is valid? It talks about the middle term first. So the middle term must be distributed in any one of the premise, then we will say the categorical syllogism is said to be valid. Okay, so it should be distributed at least once in the premises. If it is not, means then we will say it is undistributed middle. And next we say distribution. Distribution means what? If a term is distributed in the conclusion, means it should also be distributed in the premises. Like, or else we will say it is a illicit major or a illicit minor, right? So the term is distributed in the conclusion. Which term is distributed here? Either the major term or the minor term. That should be distributed in the respective premises, and that we call distribution. Next one, we have the affirmative premises. Affirmative premises means what? That at least one premise must be affirmative. At least one premise must be affirmative, because when the premises are both negative means, okay, it's a particular means, not negative, particular means, then negative, especially negative, it will not be able to come to a conclusion. And negative premises and a conclusion. If one premise is negative, then the conclusion must also be negative. If any one of the premises is negative means, then the conclusion must also be negative. You can ask me, ma'am, why you give these kind of things? See, these times the level of questions, they are going more deep into the conceptual things. So definitely we have to prepare ourselves in such a way that to understand all the inner terms. Okay, right. Next very important one, the types of categorical proposition. We have 4 different types of categorical proposition: A type, E type, I type, O type. So what is A type statement? It is all cats are mammals. So all comes here, right? It is a A type statement. A type proposition, universal, affirmative. Universal means what? Here it talks about all the cats. I talk about all the cats, and they are said to be mammals. They belong to the group of mammals. All cats are mammals. And universal negative. So universal negative means what? Here I am saying that no dogs are reptiles. So here also I am negatively talking about all the class. Right. Next, particular affirmative. What do you mean by particular affirmative? Here I am saying some birds or parrots. So some birds are there which belongs to the family of parrot. And then particular negative, there are some fruits which are not apples. So here I am using a negative. So this is called particular negative, and the before one is particular positive. Here we go one step into it. So we have no A, E, I, O. These are the 4 different types of proposition, and we have seen with an example how the statement will be. And here we have 3 important terms. One is quantity, quality, and distributed. What do you mean by quantity, quality, and distributed? Quantity means, see here I am talking about all. So all means it is universal. All politicians are liars. Here the quality of the statement is a positive statement. All, don't get the meaning of this word. Just that statement is said to be a positive one. How? All politicians are liars. So this is the quantity of the statement. Quantity always talks about what? Numbers. So universal means I talks about the number. Yes, right. So all the things will be in terms of numbers. And what about the quality? The quality, we say it is a positive statement or a negative statement. Positive, negative. A person will be positive means his quality will be good. The person's quality negative means, so here the numbers is not taken into thing. The positive, negative, that is affirmative, negative is taken into thing. Positive or negative, right? And next we go to distributed. What do you mean by this distributed? Quickly I am going to say you, all politicians are liars. See, I am taking all the politicians. This subject, okay, this is called the subject, and this is the predicate of a proposition. Here, all the politicians, I am talking about all the politicians in the universe, they are liars. See, according to the statement, don't make it controversial. Okay, here according to this. So here we say only subject is being distributed. Only this subject is distributed. Okay. Next I am saying that no politicians are liars. Okay. Then I say no politicians are liars. So I am saying no politician are liars. No politician are liars. So there is no connection between them. Here what about the quantity? The quantity is also about all. All politicians, all liars. They are not connected to each other. So here what is the quality? Here's no be there, and then it's a negative quality. Here how they both subject and predicate distributed, because I am talking about all the politicians and all the liars. They both are not connected to each other. So and the subject and the predicate is said to be distributed. When I say I statement, some politicians are liars. So some politicians are liars means it is a particular statement. Here the quality of the statement is also again positive. So but what happened here? Some politicians are liars. So this region will come. Some politicians are liars. So this area will come where there are some politicians where also liars. Common area will come. So here I am saying that neither the subject fully is not distributed. Predicate also fully is not distributed. They are partially distributed. So I am saying neither. Neither means both is not distributed. So here subject is distributed. Here subject and predicate is distributed. Here nil. Nothing is distributed. Nil. Right? Next we have some politicians are not liars. So I can draw like this. There are some politicians are liars. Sorry, are not liars. So we can take this region. There are some politicians, they do not comes under the group of liars. So here which class is fully taken? Liars class is fully taken. That's why the predicate of the conclusion, the predicate term is said to be fully distributed. So here these type of question we can get the quantity based question, distribution based questions. Am I clear? Am I clear, learners? Yes, clear ma? Clear? Right? Clear? Okay? Yes. Shall I move to the question? Okay. I'll move to a question. Let me check how many of you do right answer. Come on, check. Okay. Let's do this one. Easy questions. Huh. See, where the exam in we struggle is the words. So what kind of vocabulary they use, from there we used to struggle. Right. Answer this question. Easy one. What type of categorical proposition affirms the membership of all the subjects in the class? Very good. Quick answers. Very good, very good, very good. Easy. Yes. Exactly right. Yes, the right answer for this question is A, proposition. A categorical proposition which affirms the membership of all subjects in the class. If I say all predicates, meet what will come? If I say all predicates, what will come? If I say all predicates, A type, E type, I type, O type. What will come for all predicates? Yeah, right. Yes. If I say all predicate, then O type statement will come. This is for all predicate. Predicate. Okay. Clear. Yes. Very good. Next question on board. Do this one. Quick. The universal or particular in the classification of proposition on the basis of. Yes. Very good. Very good. Yes. Right. So here the right answer for this question is very easy. That is, right. The right answer for this question is quantity. Universal or particular talks about the quantity. Affirmative, negative talks about the quality. Affirmative or the affirmative or negative talks about the quality of the statement, right? Very good. So these are the key terms that you have to remember in terms of categorical proposition, statement, argument, premise and a conclusion. Yes, right? Okay. So now we will have one more question from this topic with represents to arguments. Then we'll go to the next one. Let me do this one. To this question, learners. Easy question. Do this one. Then we'll move to the next topic. Statement, premise conclusion, argument. Statement, premise, conclusion and argument. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. The right answer for this question is option 2 is the right answer. Yes. So the statement is what? It is a statement which has a sentence which can be said it is true or false. We call it as a statement. What is a premise? Premise is the reason why we should accept another statement or a conclusion. To make a conclusion, I want to give you about the premise. And what is the conclusion? Very easy keyword we can match. The statement which is intended to be proved. To prove that is a conclusion. And what do you mean by an argument? Argument is not a single statement. It is a group of statements which is to be proved, or I am using another statement. That is called an argument. So an argument we have here, we have a premises and then we have a conclusion. Clear? Right. Now we move to next important one, square of proposition. Quick revision we can have. So we have a contradictory, contrary, subcontrary and subaltern based on the types of proposition. So based on the type of proposition, there is a relationship will be created, and that relationship can be of contrary, contradictory, subcontrary or subaltern. So here we have the contradictory statements of A type and O type statement and E type and I type statement. Please write it down so that we can do this revision. Yes, okay, sorry. Right, so A type, O type and E type, I type is said to be the contradictory statement. For example, if I am saying all apples are red and here I am saying some apples are red. Some apples are red. These two statements will be always contradictory in nature. Similarly, on this side, if I am saying no apple is red and I am here saying some apple is red. Remember, some apple is red. If I say this statement, no, this we call contradictory statements. Then what about contrary statement? These two statements are said to be contrary statement. That is, all apples are red, no apple is red. A type statement and E type statement are said to be contrary statement. Okay, right. And then similarly, some apples are red, some apples are not red. They are called to be sub-contrary statement. All apples are red, some apple is red, no apple is red and some apple is red. These two statements we call it as a subaltern sentence. So here I have given you the very clear explanations for all these things. You can note it down in your notebook. So what are contrary statements? What are contrary statements? A type and E type. These two statements are called as the contrary statement. Definition: both cannot be true, but they can be false at a time. Okay? They may be, but they may be false at a time. And at the same time, what is a contrary here? Contrary means subcontrary at the bottom. Subcontrary, I type statement and O type statement. Here they both cannot be false at the same time, but they may be true. Maybe only. Okay. So here cannot be true. Here it is cannot be false. How to remember, ma'am? CT. Contrary, true. They cannot be true at the same time. Subcontrary, sub. They cannot be false at the same time. Cannot be false, cannot be true. So this we call contrary. This we call subcontrary. What is contradictory? If one is true means another one should be false. If one is false means another one should be true. That is very simple to remember. That is contradictory. Subaltern means what? Truth flows downward. Means that when it is true on the top means when it comes down, definitely this also will be true. You can remember one side, another side easily we can do it. When this side is said to be false means when we come down, that I cannot determine, and that is called undetermined. I cannot determine the statement. Yes, and that we call false to undetermined. Similarly, when you go from the down, the falsity flows downwards. See here, when I go from downward, when it is false, when I am going up, then this is also will be false. Remember, when it is false, when I go up, this statement will be false. When this is true, I cannot able to determine this statement. Simple example I give. I am saying all girls are very beautiful. All girls are beautiful. Here I am giving the statement. All girls are beautiful. This statement is said to be true. Okay. I am saying some girls are beautiful. Yes, it can also be possible, right? But if I am saying that all girls are beautiful is false, I cannot immediately determine some girls are beautiful can be true. I cannot determine, because no girls can be beautiful over there, some girls are not beautiful over there, so this I cannot determine. You understand what I mean here? So we have to logically relate those two statements, and that we call it as subaltern. When you just remember this diagram na, it is fully enough. For that I have given this precise diagram in your notebook, you can draw it. So this is for A type statement. This is for A type statement. If A is true means what will happen with other statements? What will happen if A is false? Similarly, what will happen if E is true? E is here, na? What will happen if E is true? And what will happen if E is false? And here what will happen if I is true? What will happen if I is false? Here what will happen with A, E, I, O? When O is true and when it is O is false. You can easily get through all these things very easily. Clear? Yes, clear? So these are the things that you have to remember in terms of contrary, subcontrary, subaltern, all these things. Yes, now we will go for the questions from these things. Come on, let's start doing. Do this one. Question number 1. Very important, must topic, we can expect questions from this area. Do this one first. Quick answers I want. Yes, quick. Yes, very good, very good. Very good. Check your answers. This question is regarding contradictory. The question is regarding contradictory. The question is regarding contradictory. Only when you are very clear with the concepts, we can able to answer these type of questions. Please be sure. Yes, very good, very good, very good. Yes, very good. The right answer for this question is option 4 is the right answer. What do you mean by contradictory? A type statement. When you see these kind of questions, immediately draw. This is called contradictory, right? When we will say this is correct, they cannot both be true. Yes, absolutely right. One is true means another one will be false. This is right. Of the pair, exactly one is true and exactly one is false. Yes, it is true. We are saying that they can both be false. How can both be false? Right? This is not possible. We are saying they cannot both be false, then it is true. Yes, very good. So we don't have this answer. A, B, D is the right answer. Do this one. Quickly do it. Yes, very good. Let's do it. Regarding sub-contrary. Regarding sub-contrary. Yes, do it quick. Sub-contrary. Very good. Sometimes we do mistakes in the basic questions. We will do well in advanced question, but we do make mistake in the easy questions. Yes, very good, very good. Very good. Getting answers? The right answer for this question is here. The question is about subcontrary. What is subcontrary? Immediately write AEIO. This is called subcontrary. So these subcontrary cannot be false at the same time. Okay. So if one is true, the other one must be false. For that, what we can have is, we can have, imagine that a diagram. So here they cannot be false together. Both cannot be false. If one is true means other one must be false, they have given. Here that is not the case. Here they cannot both be false. Compulsorily will be having B option should be there. We can eliminate these two. B should be there and C is there. Check with the A and D. So as we know that A is not possible, then we have a B. They can both be true. Maybe they can be true, right? It is maybe. So here the right answer for this question is option B, C and D. A definitely will not come because in subcontrary statement they cannot be false at the same time. Can't hear my voice? Am I audible? Am I audible, right? Am I audible, right? Yes, okay. Okay. Yes, audible, right? Okay. Thank you. Now we move to the next type of question. Come on, do it. Very simple, easy question. Do it. Do this one. Very good. Read the question. Here we have that quality, quantity terms have been come. Please check it and then answer. Yes, very good, very good. Yes. Very good, very good. Here the right answer for this question is very simple. It is subaltern. Why giving two, I don't know. Subject and the predicate, the both premises are the same, but they differ only in the quantity. See here I have written you right AEIO. This is universal positive. Listen carefully. This is universal negative. This is particular positive. This is particular negative. Okay, right. This talks about what? The quantity. This is also quantity. Here it is quality. Okay. Then here what about? They differ in quality. Here same quantity. Am I right? Both are universal. So they are same in quantity but they differ in the quality. So then whenever we say, I write it here, note down. Whenever I say same quantity but different quality, what type of statement it is? What type of proposition it is? Same quantity but different quality. Tell me, come on, answer. Same quantity, different quality. Then it can be either contrary or it can be subcontrary. Am I right? Either it can be contrary or subcontrary. If they will be giving in terms of universal proposition, same quantity, different quality means, then we say it's contrary. In particular proposition, ma'am, why particular? See here, somewhat. In particular proposition, if they are same quantity, different quality, then we will say subcontrary, right? Here what they are saying, both the premises are same but they differ only in the quantity. Universal, particular. This is positive, this is also positive. So the quantity what? They differ. Am I right? I'm sorry. Wait. Have I done mistake? Both the premises are the same, but they differ only in the quantity. Yeah, right. Here they are different in the quantity. Here it is universal, here it is particular. So see, the quality is same. Same quality but different quantity. Am I clear? If I say same quality and different quantity, then it is subaltern. Yes. In terms of contradictory, what we have to say? They differ in quality and quantity. They differ in quality and quantity. Both will be differ because see, it is universal, this is particular. This is positive, this is negative. So three things you have to remember. One is very easy, that is contradictory. They differ in quality and quantity, means then we say this is a contradictory statement. Okay. When they differ in same quantity but different in quality, that too in universal proposition means it is contrary. In particular proposition means it is subcontrary. Right? Whenever we say same quality, different quantity. See, quality positive, positive, negative, negative. What is different? The quantity is different. Am I clear? Yes. Different quality, it is called contrary. But in terms of particular proposition, it is subcontrary. In terms of universal proposition, it is subcontrary. Am I clear? This contrary in terms of universal proposition, subcontrary in terms of particular proposition. You can write it down. Keywords. Clear? Yes, clear? Okay, do this problem. Do this one. Next question, do this one. I think this will take a little bit of time. Do this one. Do this one. Very good, very good. Very good. Yes, very good. Just simply use that diagram. Okay, when you use that diagram, habituated towards the diagram means easily you can able to do it. If there are any paid learners here, you can just take it in the test folder. We have all these types of questions for practice. You can do that one. Yes, you can identify one option is right. You can able to do it. In maths the following, that is a trick we have to follow. Even if you identify one option, easily you can do it. If A is true, you have to remember that a diagram. I told you the diagram. I'll show you that one. You can use this diagram. Yes. So you can use this diagram for reference. If what happen if A is true? If A statement is true means E is false and O is false. Only I is true. You can check with that one. If A is true means C, E is false and O is also false. So simple. A3, only one option. Easily we can click. Exactly right, MD Tech. You are right. So if A is true means E is false and O is also false. And what about E is false? See, if E is said to be false, this is a E-type statement. If E is false means A is undetermined and O is also undetermined. Okay, if I is true and O is undetermined, you can easily able to connect. And see, if I is true means what? A, E, I is here. If I is true means this is also undetermined, this is also undetermined. Okay, if I is true means, see, this is 2. E is false and A is undetermined and O is false. That's all. Clear? Yes? Very good. Next we move to very important topic, most connected question from this moods and figures. So what do you mean by a mood? What do you mean by a mood and what do you mean by a figure? So mood talks about the type of categorical proposition. Say example, we have A, E, I, O type of categorical proposition. And here we used to represent the order of major premise and minor premise in the conclusion, and that we call it as a mood of a syllogism. Say here I have given an example. All humans are mortal. All Greeks are humans. So all Greeks are mortal. See, I am given here all humans are mortal, and then I am given all Greeks are humans, and I am saying concluding that all Greeks are mortal. So these are the premise 1, premise 2, and make a conclusion here. So here what I am going to talk is the order of this major premise, minor premise, and with that type of proposition we say it's a odd mood. Here what type of statement it is? It is a A-type proposition. Or here it is a A-type proposition. Here this is a A-type proposition. So then we call this as a AAA mood. Then this mood of this categorical proposition is nothing but AAA. Am I clear? The mood of this proposition is nothing but AAA. Clear? Okay. Along with that, we are having another concept, and that is called figure of a proposition. What do you mean by figure of the proposition? Here, what is the placement of middle term, and that middle term placement we call it as the figure of the proposition. So easily I will draw a diagram to remember for figure of a proposition. Simple diagram. See here, this one, this one, this one, this one. Ma'am, what is this diagram? You are drawing V. Nothing. See here, when the middle placement is like this. Okay, subject, predicate. And here the middle proposition will be like this. Middle term, subject, predicate. And here the middle term will be here. Middle term, and then we have subject and the predicate. Here we are having middle term, subject and predicate. This is called figure 1. This is called a figure 2. And this is called a figure 3, and this is called a figure 4. See what happens here? There will be a categorical syllogism. Okay. That categorical syllogism, we have to write it in such a way and identify where the middle term is located. So based on the middle term, I will be telling this is the figure of the proposition. Now you take the before example, what they have given there. All humans are mortal. HUM. Okay. All humans are mortal. And what is the next one? All Greeks are humans. All Greeks are humans. Can you please tell me the figure of this statement? All Greeks are mortal. Can you please tell me the figure of this proposition? Sorry, syllogism. Can you please tell me the figure of the syllogism? All humans are mortal. All Greeks are humans. And I am saying all Greeks are mortal. What is the figure of this proposition? Yes, quickly give me answers. Waiting for your answers, learners. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Right. With that one question, we can cover so many things. Very good. Here the right answer for this question is very simple. Here the middle term is what? Middle term is human. So human is there. So the figure 1 is the right answer. Figure 1 is the right answer. So what is the mood and figure of this categorical syllogism? This belongs to figure 1 and the mood is AAA. Am I clear, learners? Yes. Now we go with the question. Do this one. Quick. You have to tell the mood and also the figure. Quickly do it. Very good. Easy one. Yes, very good. Also try to determine the figure. Yes, very good. Very good. Yes, the right answer for this question is here. This is a E type statement, this is a A type statement, and this is a O type statement, right? So EAO. Now we have to talk about the major term, middle term, and minor term. Here, where the middle term is, here the middle term. Am I right? Here the middle term, it is a figure 4. EAO is the mood of the proposition and sorry, mood of the syllogism, and the figure is figure 4. Figure 4. Am I clear? It comes here. See, rectangle, rectangle. So this belongs to figure 4. Clear. Next question. Do it. Do it carefully. Read the question carefully and then answer. Read the question carefully and then answer. Very good. Waiting for your answers, learners. Okay. Very good. Yes. Very good. I thought some may do wrong, but some are doing wrong, but some are doing it right. Some are doing wrong and some are doing it right. Yes, okay. The right answer for this question is those who are giving me right answer, I'll give you chocolate. Only how many of you have told right answer? Achito. No one. No. Only very few has given the right answer for this question. Not few too. No few at all. There is a trap in that sentence. Look it again. There is a trap in that one. Read that question properly again. No, I'll read. Try to get it. No nuclear powered submarines are commercial vessels. So, no warships are commercial vessels. Here one no is again come. I'll take that one. Sorry. Yeah. Since all nuclear powered submarines are warships. I have given you that a clue word. Check it out, check it out. See, when we will use so, when we will use so, when we will use so I want to say this. So will be given always in the conclusion. Correct? Yeah. So, because I would like to conclude at the last only we will say. So, whenever we use so means there will be a reason. So, that reason has been given by this since. Clear? So, how the order, what the order should be is no nuclear powered submarines are commercial vessels. Okay. So means what? I am concluding that no warships are commercial vessels. Since, from when? Since all nuclear powered submarines are warships. Am I clear? Now tell me what is the mood and the figure of the statement. Yes. No, Ricky, it is not of arrangement. It is of statement. See, they have given in that. These are the words. You have to look at these words. If they have directly given premise 1, premise 2, conclusion, no issue. If they have not given like that, means you have to read the sentence. They have not given it as in stay like P1 P2 like form. They have given like a paragraph form. We have to read and understand. How was the trick? How was the trap they have made? See, every time. That's what I am telling you. Yes, good. Very good, very good. Now what will be the answer for this question? Yes, very good. Now you're all right. Now you all are right. Yes. Do it normally, okay? Don't get tensed, don't get in a hurry. If we are in a hurry, our brain will not work. Our brain will also jump like something. So do it in a very subtle way so that definitely we can able to get the answers correctly. Okay, wow. So always do it. We will do mistake in a very simple problem. In difficult questions we may do it right, but in a simple problem we will do it wrong. So this new nuclear powered submarines, this is called E type, and this is a conclusion, and this conclusion is also E type, and this is a type. So we have E, A, E. Why I have put A here? Because this, since is the reason, this is the second premise. No nuclear powered submarines are commercial vessels. Since all nuclear powered submarines are warships, no warships are commercial vessels. If you take this one, which one is the middle term here? Which one is the middle term? Middle term, nuclear power submarine is the middle term. I'll write in a short form. No nuclear power submarine are commercial vessels. Conclusion, no warships are commercial vessels. All nuclear power submarines are warships. Am I clear? So here what is the middle term? This is the middle term. So this comes in figure number 3. This comes in the figure number 3. Am I clear, learners? Am I clear? Yes. So the previous year question rule is very, very important in terms of these things so that we can learn. Okay, learn. In these 10 days, my kind request is to don't get tensed. If you have not covered any concept, don't get tension, because that may decrease your speed. Okay. So even if you don't know, don't worry. You can learn it like that. Or don't take the topics which are hard. Go with the easy one. Go with the ones which you are ready with. Just do the revision. Do the previous year question practice. See, only we can do this kind of problem. Only we know what is major term, what is minor term, what is middle term, and how to identify A type, E type, all these things, and how to identify figures. So only when you understand this categorical syllogism, 4 types of proposition, what is A type, E type, O type, then only we can able to attempt this question. You understand why I have started with that one? Very good. So I hope this revision will be useful for these topics. There are paid learners. You can also get into the app for accessing these tests. For free learners also, I will add some more tests under logical reasoning today. You can try it. For free learners, you can also download the Unify Study app. In that one free course, I will be adding some more tests from logical reasoning. Definitely you can try today evening. Okay. You can download the Unify Study app from the Play Store, or you can get into the website and you can just register your details and you can do the test. Yes, very good. Happy National Mathematics Day. Yes, happy National. We are Indians to be feel proud of, because so many mathematicians are from our country only. Right? Not only mathematics, all domains. Now only recently we have gone down, but again we have to come up, okay, by knowing our history. Right, this is a question for your homework. Try to read the question and give the answer in the comment section. If you want to join the 15 days crash course, please, you can, not crash course, the course is going on. You can join. You can call me 9942659836, or you can visit unifystudy.com. Am I clear? Yes. Thank you so much, learners. Tomorrow we will be meeting you. Very important class. It's going to be on Indian logic and all the fallacies. Quick terms that we are going to see. That too with the current updated things. Evening we will be having the paid classes at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Please kindly answer it in the comment section so that other learners will also know. Right? 8:30 to 9:30 we will be doing the logical reasoning class from all these topics. Thank you so much. Tata, bye-bye. Do like the session, learners. Hope you like the session. Bye. Have a happy Sunday.